This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
Previously on ACES Radio.
This show is all about you, really, Morgan, saying
like
the
that.
word genitals.
I like that a lot. Okay, I should never go to any of you bastards for your thoughts. Look at you dirty bitch. Columbus will make the playoffs in 2019.
No. All I hear is...
This is kind of making my genitals turn numb because I didn't expect it. What the fuck?
Yay? Good job, Tim? Yay?
But this isn't pooping in my mouth. What does it mean?
I have no thoughts about people pooping in your mouth.
We don't care what you and Pam did in your anniversary.
Cracking the code.
Who do you think guided his penis on the wedding night?
I don't know where to put it, John. Yeah, there's a lot of drinking that night, John. It's deep into the season, John, and I'm running out of things to talk about. I stand for nothing, and I like to say things about which I'm not educated.
And I'm going to analyze because I'm an analyzed boy. You're an anal boy.
I call myself an A-man. This is season 4, John. Thanks for paying attention.
Yeah.
Could you not right now? We're in the middle of talking about things. Jesus. Mary and Joseph.
You know what's really fun about
It's not your turn, Todd. It's still my turn. Shut up.
It's been 24 hours of very, weird obsession with Darby and my pooping habits.
Yeah.
How about no?
Todd, you already spent your balls. You're going to need a refractory period before
right.
you can give them away again.
Well, you're not what I would call a great communicator.
How are you?
I am well. Questioning my decision to be here.
Black light responsive jello. What does that actually mean?
What is this witchery? Say it again slower so that my small brain can comprehend it.
You put body fluids into jello so they show up for CSI?
I was just say, other things than just semen and blood show up under a black light, right?
And animal protein.
I don't know. I've never really tried anything other than blood and semen.
Todd, sorry about your jersey. We apologize. You'll laugh about that when you hear the episode.
Here I am at this game.
Does that make sense?
No, and
Blue hit my mother, okay? Oh my gosh.
Screw you, Morgan.
I've never been on Tinder Drives. I
I know what you are saying.
Ooh, I put them on red. I'm supposed to fucking know what that means? Speaking of people who are dumb and lick my balls, I'm Morgan, and my butthole is gaping thanks to Big Jerry's egg.
Who's Big Jerry?
Yes.
Now, I'm not touching my eyeballs
I'm
with
wearing
my
contacts
fingers
right now.
that have
It's so
masturbated myself that day.
I'm supposed to touch my eyes now?
Right. What? Get the fuck out of here.
You go fuck yourself. Oh, no.
Basically, this is like sex with Morgan. He's touching some things, he's twisting some things, and nothing's happening.
You dirty bitches that did nothing tonight, we appreciate you. Ooh, look at me. I put my Zenus in ya. I'm a penis man. It's what I have.
Burning hot testicular heat.
It hurts my butthole.
I mean, that's hot. That's pretty dang cool.
Shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face. They're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarpus.
Yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Cruisers FC remain unbeaten in their last 4 games, this time picking up a point on the road against San Jose. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight it makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what Rambo Gunner means when he uses words. Manballs are back drabs and they're thrown about as liberally as ever. I'll welcome you back to the show, and I'll remind you that we probably shouldn't exist because of our lack of fans. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats, as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, hey, John. Great to have you back. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, aka the battle for the grand prize. Sweet mother of God! A log jam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, is users A, B, C, D, F, and Rich Uncle Skeleton return to battle for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, cruisers versus fussball lads, hang on tour, the Axe Attack War, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood and Urine, and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, aka the #1 Hangsy Boy. I'm joined, as always, by AAA, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc, the wet boys at R, everyone's favorite ancient ruin, Darby, the 40-year-old man-child Schnarfus. Fellas, compadres, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos, de Guillermo. Hell is fucking real.
Oh my god, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to you forgetting to record segment 2.
Oh, that'd be
because
so
that would be the only reason that there would be no segment 2 guest today. There's definitely somebody lined up. It's one of the best, one of the best guests we've ever had.
It's a person.
Yeah, and so if it doesn't end up on the podcast, it's because of a technical error.
It's a person, for real.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you know that you're listening to ACES Radio, because
we always have a guest.
Yeah.
Segment 2.
Great to have you back, Drab. Sean Sitar, welcome to the program. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Awesome. How am I?
How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Nobody cares how Morgan is.
You know, you mentioned it in the intro there, Rich Uncle Skeleton. Does anybody know if he's going to be here? Because I could really use a new dose of hot spider facts.
Nope.
Today?
I don't want that.
Is he coming in town today?
No, just for the game.
Oh, yeah. He'll be here for the game, yeah.
I think he's coming in for the game, but I think that he's probably coming in tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to some hot spider facts.
Getting the hot spider boy.
Yeah, maybe he'll bring some spiders
right
to the tailgate.
Ew.
Yeah.
Spitting those spider facts.
Ew. There's also somebody on the other mic, but we have a couple pieces of housekeeping, and we won't talk about that person. 2 pieces of housekeeping before we get in the meat potatoes of ACES Radio. Number 1, Noron Tour link is officially up for the down and back bus trip against the Fuss Lads.
Brent was calling it a scam.
Was that right? Why you say that?
That's not what I said.
Brent said, "Did you see the scam that Robbie's running?" And I said, "I did."
Those were the exact words.
Why is it a
I
scam?
did see it.
It just seems like $60 is a little expensive for down and back to Cincinnati.
Dude, there's
Am I
like free
wrong?
beer on the bus or some shit.
All right, so there's a $10 6-pack available for everybody.
Lads!
It seems like
I could
a good
drive
deal.
to Cincinnati
That's a fair point.
and back for like...
How much does a DUI cost? At least
Well, I mean,
$67.
just, don't get one of those.
Well, I mean...
First of all, I don't know if you've heard, Morgan, but I'm paying my way out of murder money, Rich.
I did
I
hear
think
that.
I can handle a DUI.
I heard that off the air. That's why that joke is funny. Well, fuck you, Brent. Go to Nordeck.com to book your spot.
How do you register for the scam?
Go to Nordeck.com/hot squeals. And it'll be great. Number
Also,
2,
your ticket is not included in that package.
Oh,
so
wait, it's not?
It's definitely a scam.
No,
Bob.
it's
That's
absolutely
just
a
the bus.
scam.
Absolutely a scam.
Don't expect it like you pay the $60 and you get
I
into
thought
the
that
game.
included the ticket.
No,
Yeah, no, just the bus.
Just the bus.
It is a scam.
It sounds like a scam. All right. Well,
But I
I mean,
think
you
it's
could drive there and back for like half that price.
yeah, and God damn it, now that we're factoring in the amount of money you're spending on your ticket, a DUI is actually way cheaper. Way cheaper. I'm going to give myself a high five for that
Game
joke.
ends at 5. You just spend 2 hours sobering up and drive back.
Yeah, dude. Get arrested at the border
Go
and sleep in
after
a
the
Tim
game.
Hortons.
At
Go
the
to
border,
a bar,
first of all, if
drink
you're
a
getting
couple of
arrested at the
beers
border,
to
you've
sober up.
You've driven past Columbus. you're
I'm taking the
you're
northern
way-
route.
I always get to Columbus from Cincy via Toronto.
Yeah. I go to Montreal first. I get some of those good bagels in that extremely impoverished
Montreal,
area.
definitely known for
Fair,
their
the
bagels.
bagels are definitely worth
Honestly, there is. There's like a
It's not
fucking
an impoverished area. Where
Well,
the
I was
original,
just kind of roasting that neighborhood, but
No,
I mean, it's actually nice. But
it was very Jewish, you racist piece of shit.
Well, actually, that doesn't
I've
really
just
make sense because usually people make
showed
fun
my
of the Jews for
cars.
being rich. So
Right.
yeah,
It's kind
Drabs.
of a
What
little
now?
bit of reverse
Ooh,
racism there.
racism card given back to you.
God damn it!
No,
you
you're
Jews
just
for
you're,
being the thing
you're
that
racist.
you're never
You're just
called.
bad at it.
You're like the worst Uno player ever. I discard my racism to you.
You're racist.
Is that part of Uno, or am I thinking
That's
of
what's called not being
gin rummy?
racist.
Okay.
Second and last piece of housekeeping, lads. Tifo Sweat, we're painting on Friday, and we'll need all the help we can get. Send an email to tifosweat@tifosweat.com, and somebody will add you to the email list.
Tifosweat at what.com?
Tifosweat.com. Just do that, because that's what I said, and those are the words that I used.
It's ET. Ethiopia. It's
Unbelievable. How dare
it's
you?
where the other scams run out.
You can also
Speaking
buy
of scams,
expensive
Tifo Sweat is painting on Friday.
Hilarious. Cruisers FC taking on San Jose Earthquakes in Rivalry Week 2019, or as they call it, 2K19 in video game stuff, John, because I'm a V game boy, as they call me.
You're a V boy, all
Look
right.
me up on the...
He's a Twitch boy.
I'm a T boy. My username is...
No, don't say that. You don't want to be that.
Why am I not a T boy?
Why do you think you're not a T boy?
You should think about
What's a
that.
T-boy?
I mean, if you want to be a T boy, you be a T boy.
You should tweet.
You be you.
You should tweet Morgan
You be the
Hughes,
person-
number one T boy.
Yeah.
What's a T boy?
There have never been a boy that's more T than me.
What's a T boy?
What do you think a T boy is?
Top?
No. Well, some of them.
Could be.
Maybe. Yeah.
A T boy? I've never heard that before.
Okay.
I'm a T boy.
Well, you look it
Google
up
some
later.
stuff.
and
I'm a
find
T
out.
man.
Yeah. Get
Will
that,
I be on
get
the
that in
list?
your search history.
Will I
You're
be on-
already
You're
on-
just you're
you're already on
exploring
some
life.
lists,
You're
so.
exploring
I'm exploring my
how
body.
you may want to.
Yeah,
be.
let me rephrase it. I said you don't want to be that. As in, I don't think that you do. There's nothing wrong
Okay.
if you do.
All right.
If you want to be that,
Yeah.
great.
But you don't think
But
based
I've
on
known
my
you for
T-ness?
a while,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure you don't.
Based on the T-ness
Some
of
people
which
do
you're
figure
aware.
it out later in life.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I'm
What does it mean?
I feel confident that he is who he is.
And that is a T-boy.
Okay.
I'm a T-man. I've grown into a full, strong T-man, John.
So you're a capital T.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
You need to see the wheels turning. He's trying to figure out.
He knows what we're saying.
I don't, honestly. I have no idea what it means. Oh, good, Shrek's here. Maybe he
Okay,
can
well,
explain it to me.
Moving on. No,
Okay, moving
well,
on.
actually, he might know.
He might.
He'll just make some crazy noise and drop a glass or something, and it will
Let's
shatter
hurry up and
everywhere.
finish the show before
He's
he
gonna,
gets in here.
he clearly is going to get the food of his people.
Crew versus San Jose Earthquakes in Rivalry Week, bitches. Your formation, the familiar, according to MLSsoccer.com, it was a 4-4-2 with starters Eloy Room and net. Aloy Room, I believe it's how it's pronounced, Dwight Burgess. Awful, Cronale, Queda, and Jimenez across the back, trapping Artur in the middle, Argudo, Sanchez Diaz on the wings, and attacking me and your boy Jossie Zardes up top, even though I just described 4-2-3-1. You can lick my nuts. Subs, Mensah came on for Jimenez in the 9th minute. That was because of an injury. I believe we found out he has some sort of like MCL strain. Akam for Argudo in the 62nd, or Mario Williams for Buba in the 76th. Your cards, David Akam, yellow in the 75th, and your goals. Magnus Eriksson converts a PK in the 41st minute for the Earthquakes, and Jossie Zardes gets us off the schneid in the 65th, and it ends 1-1. Drabs will go to you first. Let's say this. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the 2019 Crew are seemingly no different. 4-1-1 to start, 1-13-1 in the middle, and now undefeated in their last 4. To you, have they turned their final quarter for this season, and is this run of success something to expect to continue until the end of the season?
What do you mean by turn the corner?
Like, is this...
Have they stopped shitting the bed for 16 games?
Are we now a good team again?
Or we're an average team again.
Okay.
One thing, so obviously we're dealing with injury issues, although it's funny how that doesn't get used as an excuse when we're not losing. But this is a team that's playing differently. In the past 4 games, we have not won the possession battle in any of those 4 games. We were at about 39, 40%.
Last week.
But, and while we gave up a shit ton of chances,
we really did.
None of them went in. Their only goal was the PK. We probably got lucky that a couple of them, they didn't get on the end of some crosses and stuff, but you take the lucky when you're getting it. So this is a team that's doing well enough to get results. It's not a good team yet. Diaz had a good game. Everybody was flexible given the injury. Buba went out to the fullback position, did okay. He had some rough times, but he hasn't really trained there much, I would assume. Pedro played fullback at one point just because that was where we were, and he did okay. Like, guys are doing what it takes to get the result. So
And that's good. That is somewhere where we weren't before. John, 4 points in back-to-back road games against teams that are incredibly tough to play against when they're at home. For you, what has been the difference between early season Crew who just continuously shit their pants on the road and now this reborn Crew team who goes to the toughest places to play in Major League Soccer, West or East Coast, and comes away with results?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a reversal of fortunes as far as lucky bounces go. We lost a lot of those games. I feel like there was a good amount of those games where we lost by kind of one goal.
Oh yeah,
situations that could have very easily those games could flip the other way, right? And so maybe this is just the karmic scales balancing themselves. But I think it's interesting. I agree with Darby. I don't think I would call this a good team, but this is a run of form that under different circumstances would be considered great, given the conditions of the games, right? But specifically the 2 away games and the opponents that we played and the results that we got from those. Those are fantastic results.
Do you mean like in a season where we make the playoffs or finish high in the table in the Eastern Conference, like you could point to like winning at Red Bull Arena and drawing against a good San Jose team and go, well, this is what good teams do.
Yeah, those are huge 4 points in a season where they matter.
But now it's like
this season
is a shit
kind
team.
Of over.
How did this
so
happen?
the points really are irrelevant at this point. I mean, we all know that the statistics for making the playoffs are
it's fucking zero.
Really, really bad. And so, if you take this stretch of 4 games and you put it, somewhere else that's not at the end of a 16-game historically bad stretch of form, then it looks better, which is a little ironic because you'd think it would look better now against its contrasting awfulness, but we were just so far in the hole now that it doesn't really make a difference. So, yeah, it's good to see them turn around, but I think Derby's right there, an average team at this point. We still have the sample size still doesn't suggest anything other than that. So.
Speaking of 0% chance to make the playoffs, make sure to tune in on segment 3 for the playoff forecaster with Nate Beckman, where maybe there's a chance, even though all of us just said there's literally no chance. Drobs, go back to you. Brent will bring you in on this too. 2 of our transfer windows. Speaking of things that made a difference in this run of form, 2 of our transfer window acquisitions are coming up absolutely huge. Diaz has been very dangerous. We just talked about even with a slow ramp up of his playing time.
Was this his second appearance?
I think this is like his 4th, right?
But his first start.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Aloy Room has seemingly been like the calming influence our back line that Joe Bednick wasn't. And in a league where it usually takes guys some time to acclimate to their surroundings, to the travel, to the physical nature of play, these guys seem to have figured it all out pretty quickly. Would you agree with that, Drabs, and how much of a difference has it made in this run of form?
I mean, I think, I having a good keeper changes how you can play the game, and that could be a part of what's going on too, right? As a defender, maybe you feel a little more comfortable going forward knowing that you don't have an absolute shithead behind you in the goal.
I think it says a lot, and it's something that I haven't seen very many people talk about, is that we had Bendik and Kempen taking turns or whatever with what you would inarguably say were higher rated center backs in front of them, and Sorrow and Williams and Mensah, and now you have a 4-game stretch with Room in goal and 2 of the youngest, most experienced center backs on the roster, the 2 youngest and most inexperienced center backs on the roster, and it's the best stretch of games we've had. So I think that's getting overlooked.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that Joe Bednick is absolute hot garbage water.
Where did he go again?
Philly.
Philly. Interesting.
He may not even be
to back up
the top of the East team as a back, and now he's a backup.
Yeah, because Andre Blake isn't going anywhere.
Right.
So and Diaz, he had that. I love that run up the sideline. That was
he was
maybe the
best
play this season.
That's stuff 4
games
games ago, right? Was he the one who assisted
Yes.
Like the first
On the
time he
Chicago.
came
The
in.
first time
yeah.
he came in, right?
Yeah.
That was a Mario Williams finish, I believe,
Yeah.
off of a Diaz
But
cross.
yeah,
So now
this
he's got
run,
2 assists already.
yeah,
in
and he beats Nick
very
Lima
limited
and
minutes.
and another defender, just embarrasses them on the field.
Yeah, it's
crosses
like
a ball in.
a sexy beat down that usually happens against us, not for us.
Right? Yeah,
You
and
can't teach that the pace, which is what
right.
like
Well, in
what
the
made that
in the
play.
vision in both cases to like put the ball where the defender wasn't and just turn them inside out to make that run. We haven't had a guy who's been able to do that. Even a guy like Akam has pace, but it's that combination of touch and
Creativity.
pace and awareness, to make something like that happen. I mean, that was fantastic, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him.
He had a better second half because, frankly, I kind of forgot he was out there in the first.
Yeah,
half.
he certainly wasn't present for all 90 minutes, but, this season, who has been present for all 90 minutes of a game?
First start, right? So maybe
Yeah.
just a little bit of jitters and kind of finding the.
But yeah,
form.
his crosses into the box are really good.
And it wasn't only that; like he didn't give up on that play. The first time he put that
Yeah,
ball
first
in,
one comes back because
Yep.
it got defended.
He's-
Came back to him, and
he stayed there. And in basketball, we would call it following your shot. Give yourself get in there for that rebound, put that ball back up, and he did it. He put it directly to the head of Jossie Zardes, who made an incredible run.
Call it following your shot in this sport too.
I don't know about
and
that.
and Jossie reset himself after the first cross went back out. He took a few steps back, paused, and then made another run when the ball came.
And let's
came
be
in. It was
serious.
perfect.
Horrid marking. Absolutely just giving up on the play from the Montreal or the San Jose center backs. They weren't even looking at Jossie Zardes. It was trash, but, good forwards pounce upon those opportunities. Brent Miller, I forgot you were here. What do you want?
Who?
He blends in with that very, very demure, neutral shirt
I
he's
couldn't
wearing.
even see him.
what
He
does that
lines
mean?
Right up with our logo.
That's bright
reference.
verde, bitch.
Yeah.
It's bright
And
verde.
now for the,
It's an
the
Austin
the
FC
Austin
jersey.
It doesn't have any sponsorship or anything.
Even a logo.
Welcome to Austin FC. We made a model this week. This is what this is what Easton will look like with a giant building in it. I'm from Austin, Texas.
All right, what do you think, Ralph?
What are you talking about, Brent?
Nah, I think John and Darby already hit on everything that I would say. I think the only
best
thing,
color man in the league for nothing.
God damn
This
it.
has been
The
Brent live from the bucket. Okay.
the only thing that I would add is that in addition to the transfer window signings, like you've also had other players start to play well that have helped out a lot. Like Luis Argudo's come up in the last few games. He was
Impressive.
not really present during that huge run of just terrible awfulness. Alex Crognali and Bouba Keita are playing pretty well, in part because of room, but also because they're pretty good, and they're now getting chances. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting the change in tone, not tone, but just like trust in the center backs, right? From Porter throwing Alex under the bus to now he's started 4 consecutive games, and we've sold one of our more senior, reliable center backs, which means that obviously
Rest in peace, Gaston Salah.
the youngsters are earning their money and their spot on the roster, so that's good.
Maybe somebody that is more of a soccer boy, as they say in the industry, John, could confirm this. But I feel like when a goal was scored upon the Crew and Joe Bednick was in the net, everybody on the field that was a Crew player was just like,
Jesus fucking Christ, here we go again. This fucking guy.
and now it just seems like even when John Kempen was in there, maybe a ball hits the back of the net and they're like, well, that sucks, but we're not out of this. It just seems like every time somebody scored against Joe Bednick, it was like, really? Am I supposed to try to come back with this shithead not stopping anything?
I think that may just be you hating Joe Bendick and seeing what you want to see, which is valid, by the way.
Thank you, John.
Joe Bendick is awful.
He's
but
very bad.
I don't think there was
I'm a top soccer.
any more
I'm a top
wild
soccer enthusiast.
types of reactions.
Hey, let's go around.
I don't know. So I think I will say I feel like the defense is a little more chill in the past couple of games. Morgan makes a point, at least, in that it doesn't seem to be the end of the world when they get one past. I mean, Room still doesn't have a shutout, right?
No, he does not.
But we're getting results. And to an extent, you also have to then credit the offense because we're finally scoring goals, and that probably makes the entire team feel better too. But yeah, absolutely. I think there's a different body language after a goal goes in right now, where it's not like, oh shit, this is over.
Wait, didn't he start against Montreal? Didn't we win that game 1-0? Yeah, nobody watches.
Nobody
games
remembers.
Here. Yeah, I was there. I was too
Has he
drunk.
only played 2 games?
Who?
Room. He hasn't played all 4, has he?
It was nothing like that, penis.
No, he's not been here for this entire run of form.
Has he?
No, I think John Kempen was in net for the Chicago game, and then Room's been in the last 3. So I think he has 1 shutout, perhaps.
Okay.
Irrelevant. Who cares?
Anyways.
Moving on. Color impressions. Combination of color and impressions, which as a term is too long, as opposed to this segment, which is already way too long. Drabs, we go to you first. Your color impressions of Cruisers FC versus Rivalry Weeks FC.
I'm going to go with silver. Silver like the lining to the cloud that has hung over the majority of the season. This, I still don't believe it's a playoff run at this point, but it's a nice little lining to the rest of the crap.
Way to shit all over one of the best weeks of my life, Drabs. Brent Miller. Can I guess? Is it Bright Verde?
I will say, in response to your playoff run thing, over the last 4 games, we have averaged 2 points a game.
Right.
That is the threshold we need.
I think Nate might address this, but I think we have to be over 2 points a game.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, this all depends on how teams above us perform.
Of
but,
course,
I mean,
but 2 points a game is
2
pretty
points,
damn good.
Yeah, but you have to keep that up for
Right.
the rest of the run.
He did point out that there are like 53 other games that still matter, like where their results.
Nate?
Yeah. There are 53 games outside of crew games where the results affect whether or not.
Do we want to just go ahead and play the Nate
shit
thing
to
now?
work out.
That'd be great. You want to do that? I can do that.
Yeah, let's just do it now and get it over
You don't
with.
want to do your color impressions, John?
No, we're talking about it. Let's just do it.
Okay.
And then we can skip right on cracking the code. How about that? And then it'll be a much shorter segment 3. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nate Beckman with the playoff forecaster in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Nate Beckman here with the crew playoff forecaster for August 7th, 2019. First, this weekend was pretty rough for me, and I guess I wanted to take a sec and say that my passions happen to be soccer and music, and I think something similar about those 2 things are that they bring people together. And I spent a lot of time the last few years working to bring communities together, and most of that being the Columbus community. I guess I just hope maybe when you come out to the tailgate this weekend and you look around and you see a very diverse crew community, people of all religious affiliations, political affiliations, and everything, you can see that we're still all having a good time, and we're actually quite similar in a lot of ways, and that it's worth working a little bit harder this week to understand each other. So, that said, I'm going to get into it. We've got a lot of games left to care about, unfortunately. I mean, it's a good thing, but I guess Monday night I just buried myself in the rest of the schedule for the year to try to see if there was really a way through for the crew. It turns out there's like 6 teams left that are fighting for 2 spots. Those 6 teams, Orlando, New England, Columbus, Montreal, Chicago, and Toronto, all going for 2 spots. I don't think that Toronto will have a problem getting through, but I also don't see Orlando and Chicago making it. So I think it's between New England, Columbus, and Montreal to get that 7th spot. Knowing that you're anti-Revs and anti-Montreal going forward. New England plays at 4 o'clock, which is probably when you're at the Hell is Real tailgate, and Montreal plays at 9 o'clock Saturday night. So maybe if you bail out of the game and you're hanging out in the parking lot after the game, check your phone. You know, if Montreal is losing to Chicago, one more reason to celebrate. Anyway, that's it. See you this weekend. Bye.
All right, Nate Beckman reporting live from the Middle East.
That music makes me feel like I'm going to get, like, date raped by a guy named Devin.
Yes. Want to go to the hookah lounge?
I'm going to wake up with oil over my body and just, like, the smell of patchouli clogging my nostrils.
Yeah. No, this has been a great date.
That's what Morgan calls Thursday.
I mean, it's sad because it's true. Okay, so Nate says we have, 2 teams to root against, and that is assuming that Chicago and Orlando are not competing for this, and that would be, or 3 rather, Toronto, Montreal, and New England. Toronto is, mired in a season that is a lot worse than they thought it was going to be. New England is on a run, save the LAFC result that has been pretty impressive since Brad Friedel left, and Montreal's kind of been up and down, but they've played well when they've needed to. So it isn't to say that we're totally out of this, but come on, guys. We really, really need to go on an unprecedented historic run. Is anyone at this table buying the fact that we're still in this playoff race? Drabs, yes or no?
No, we've already had one historic run in this season.
Brent Miller, yes or no?
I want to say yes, but I'm not there yet, so no.
John Zadar, yes or no?
No, and we've got to be really fast approaching the point where Cincy is mathematically eliminated.
I think they already are.
If they aren't already, right?
Yeah. I think they legitimately are.
They're at 17 points in 24 games. That's 0.71 points per game. They've got to be if they're not already out, they've got to already be out. Somebody do the math on that, because
all right, here we go.
That'd be great. Well, no, we're not going to do it right now.
Oh, please don't talk about this, John.
Hello.
Mom, hang up the phone. I'm talking to my friends on my buddy list.
Morgan, are you on the phone?
Please do it. Please. Okay, I got to say.
Excuse me.
Oh, hi, John. What's up?
Hey,
no, use the other line.
We only have one line.
Did you just call me from the basement, John?
No, you can't. Mom,
no,
you can't
I was
call
already
people
on the line and you got on.
Oh.
This is the same house. You can't call each other on the same line. Just hang up
Morgan,
the phone.
can you hang up? Me and Dorby are trying to have a conversation.
Listen,
and there's this weird buzzing.
I'm
thing
downloading
when you
my
pick up
email.
the
Shut
phone.
up. Shh.
Are you done yet?
Please don't. I was almost connected.
Morgan, how long are you going to be? I want to play Club Penguin.
I respect that, John or Mom. Let's move on. Drabs, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge known as Call of the Penguin?
I don't know.
That's right, Drabs. They say the only... You know what? I'm tired of this.
And now, whoop-de-doo, an ACES radio exclusive.
What does it all mean, Grandpa?
Cracking the code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What? We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
I understand you. You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike, to another edition of Cracking the Code, which was going to be called Zip 6 Hot Lad Hotel Instagram Pics. But then I was like, no, that'd actually be that'd be bad. Back to you, Ralph.
Friends of the Roush and Bell Show can save 10% on purchases over $25 using promo code. Get ready for this. Write it down. Super hard. Ralph.
Thanks, Ralph. This week's Cracking the Code clip comes to us from none other than Rambo Gunner, whose real name is Rambo Gunner, and he's a fuss lad, John. So it goes down.
He used to be.
Well, people age and they get disgusting and conservative.
Can't confirm.
So it goes down to the greater Cincinnati area, and I says to our friend Rambo Gunner, give me your thoughts about the upcoming Fuss Lad Cruisers FC game. And oh my goodness, did he have a hot take, John? And I will play it for you in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, my little slut babies? It's me again, Rambo Gunner, and I'm here to warn all of you butt-chugging country farmer college football fuckboys that you're in a lot of trouble come Saturday night. Me and over 900 of the truest and most roughest lads are heading up Interstate 71. We're going to your shitty fairgrounds, and we're not leaving until we cut off all your tiny baby dicks and feed them to our superior mascot. I don't know if you heard, but lions are much stronger and more better than stupid cats, because lions aren't cats, they're lions, and lions can eat cats, and lions can eat multiple cats, maybe even like 3 or 4 cats in one sitting. Anyway, hope you Cowtown fuckfaces have figured out a way to cross the only train track in your stupid college town, so that all 19 of your fans can show up to the game and get their penises cut off by these fuss lads before the footy pitch beatdown occurs. I have to go watch Rambo movies now because my name is Rambo Gunner, and that's why my name is that, because I like to watch Rambo movies, and I watch Rambo movies like all the time. We coming for those penises. Hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze. Blame fussball.
Coming for those penises.
Why would he say that? Okay. Thank you, Rambo Gooner. Please don't come for my penis.
He has so little to spare.
I know. There's not much to work with. Okay. All right. So, Drabs, it seems like the internet fuck-lattery has intensified in the last 48 hours, at least on my feed. And we got people burning jerseys. I don't want to spoil the whole Brent's Banger segment, assuming there is one tonight. But we had 2 masked hooligans burning a Fuss Lad jersey today.
Lads.
We have a bunch of people on the Fuss Lad Twitter feed making fun of our attendance, even though the goddamn official account tweeted a picture of like a pre-game weather delay game that was delayed by 18 hours.
Thank you, Alex Stack.
That someone died in. It just seems like it's ramped up its intensity. So my first question to you is, like, does anything about this banter or pre-game rhetoric seem weird to you? And I guess what I'm saying is hell real yet?
No. This is like Atlanta coming into the league and instantly trying to establish somebody as their rival. You know, like, oh, who do we hate? Do we hate Orlando? I think so. Well, maybe we hate Columbus. I don't know, but we definitely hate somebody.
Yeah.
And you know, okay, fine. There's the geographic closeness and all that sort of shit, but the whole thing is pretty cringy. I mean, burning jerseys is stupid, and equally stupid is the response of, "Oh, you bought a fake knockoff jersey from China to burn." Like, okay,
all of their jerseys are fake,
right? Like, that's not the dumbest thing that just happened here. If we're honest, if you're gonna critique them for not spending $150 to get an authentic jersey to then burn,
all,
they don't have
any
them.
authentic
That's why
jerseys.
all of their jerseys are fake.
Right.
They only have replica jerseys.
So $100 to then turn around and burn it. I mean, that's makes good economic sense. If you're going to stupidly burn a fucking jersey, stupidly burn a cheap fake jersey.
Yeah. Brent, is hell actually real?
No, there's no reason to hate Cincinnati. They haven't taken anything from us yet.
All right. John Zadar, is hell real yet?
No. I'm excited for this weekend. I think it'll be a lot of fun, but I'm not like... I'm excited, and I think it'll be a lot of fun because I think that there will eventually be a day where hell is real. But it's not here yet. We've never played each other. We've played each other once, and it wasn't even in actual MLS competition, so...
Twice.
Did we play twice?
Carolina Challenge Cup, got to count.
Oh, that doesn't count.
It's a real competition. There was a trophy.
I mean, it's just as real as the Open Cup to some people.
No, it's literally not, Brent.
I said to some people.
Yeah, no, it's, and I'm saying it's not.
Identify those people, Brent.
There are...
No, you're just doing
Brent.
that.
Charles just pointed to Brent.
Brent, you can't point at yourself. And
I'm not pointing at myself. I don't consider that to be true, but there are some people that don't value the Open Cup at all, and they think it's just as worthless as a preseason tournament.
I've never valued
That's
the
kind
Open
of what I'm saying.
I've never cared about
Is that
the Open Cup.
those things don't matter. This is the thing that matters.
Then you couldn't even count the USL game.
Brent,
I
I
wouldn't.
hate when he's here. Why do we invite him? He's such a fucking pain in my dick for no reason.
I agree with
Hello, I don't like the thing you're saying, so I'm not going to let you finish saying it, and I'm going to be a pain in the ass about it.
A lot of people are saying you're wrong, John. People on the
People
internet.
are saying the Carolina Challenge Cup is a thing because there's an armadillo involved. Or
Okay,
whatever
well,
the fuck
first of all,
that
now
was.
you've offended me and Brent. 'cause-
So now, honestly, I think part of the reason that this firing up is because neither team has anything to play for at this point. It's like one of those seasons when OSU isn't going to a meaningful bowl.
Which
so it's
seasons
like,
are those?
I mean, it happens sometimes.
2004.
Yeah, where it's like we're not.
Brent wasn't even born yet.
Yeah,
he was just a fetus.
We're not going to a real game, so the Michigan game takes on that extra significance of like, oh, this is our championship now because we have nothing else to play
I agree
for.
with you. This is the battle for the Anthony Precourt Memorial Wooden Spoon. Now, I mean,
Well,
we're on a
Hey,
run. a little bit.
Vancouver still has a real shot at that.
Since he has a pretty firm grasp on it.
They do, but if they beat us at home and then they somehow beat us at Nippert Stadium, then
They've got to be on pace for a historic, like a league-wide historically bad season, don't they?
they are from a goal differential perspective.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
they're
for
like
sure.
negative 30 something.
It's tough to beat the Orlando team from last year, possibly, and definitely the DC United team from 2014. But FCC's bad. I'll say that no, I don't believe hell is real, but I will echo what John said. I think it's important to remember that, dude, this rivalry will become real. It will be. It will become at some point.
It may be real in 4 days.
Maybe.
I mean, we'll play them, and then we'll have another chance for hell to be real in 3 weeks.
Maybe
So
something will happen.
it's different
Who knows?
at the end of the month. That's all it's going to really take is potentially one really heated, gritty game. If these guys go out there and they're, bucking heads against each other and going in for dirty tackles and shit, that's all. That may be enough.
San Jose finished with .62 points per game last season.
I don't care about points per game at the end of the season. I care about actual points.
Okay, if Cincinnati can manage 5 points in the rest of the season, they will exceed where San Jose finished last season.
Fatality.
I think that if I was alive in
That's equally likely as it is unlikely.
1878, and you were like, "What do you feel? How do you feel about those lads from Ann Arbor?" I'd be like,
Yeah.
They also have a team, and we play them. But now, 5 generations later, I only know hating Michigan.
Right.
So-
History and time
Yeah.
are what grow these things, right? It's why, as much as we hate Cascadia, it's why those are the best rivalries in the league, or have been, because those have some sort of other history behind them. Granted, it's not MLS history, but it was an equal history. They were on the same footing. They were playing in the same leagues.
In 20 years, talk to me about whether hell is real or not. Or maybe John's right. Maybe it's in fucking 48 hours or, 60 hours or whatever. But, right now, to me,
60 hours, a very round number.
Thank you.
What time is it going to be 60 hours from now?
John, this is airing live, and it's Thursday morning.
Nope.
Yeah, it's going to.
It's Wednesday evening.
It's going to be 7:25 a.m.
Only dreams now. But my point is, if you expect me to hate Cincinnati or have hot takes about Cincinnati on Twitter, I have no reason to detest Cincinnati other than for traffic.
I think that's why this has all felt so fake and cringy.
When
It's because
Taylor Twellman gets up at
there's nothing to make fun of, right? There's no can you remember that time fucking Alejandro Moreno blew that sitter or something? There's no actual soccer things to make fun of. It's all just superficial lad bullshit.
Yeah.
Is all that there is to make fun of.
And the last time Cincinnati beat Columbus in anything was the 1958 basketball national championship.
Yeah.
First of all, we really don't play each
Buckeye
other.
people don't make, them.
I don't give a shit about the Bearcats.
Right, but I'm just saying, even when you're razzing Michigan fans, right? What do you say? You don't say oh, fuck your sweaters or whatever,
Yeah.
or whatever Michigan things there are. You say, when was the last time you beat us? It's
Right.
the sporting record.
Yeah.
That is the most painful, right?
Yes.
This is MLS. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
You're a rougher lad if you're a rougher
Darby,
lad.
let's not acknowledge that. Let's try to shift the narrative.
I'm
shifting
sorry.
the narrative towards
We're trying to.
legitimate.
I didn't realize this podcast had become a source of enlightenment for soccer
it's not
fans.
a source of enlightenment, but I'm not going to endorse bullshit. Or
I'm not endorsing it either.
Yeah, you are by legitimizing it by saying that's not the MLS way, right? Don't encourage the MLS behavior.
Do you
'Cause
think?
then you get more of what's been happening this
Do you think
week.
those rough lads are listening to us and they're going to be influenced by us?
Which rough
The
lads?
only either team
Ours
is
or
rough
theirs?
lads.
Because I was going to say, it's important to remember that when you think about the rough lads, this I'm biased because I look at crew Twitter, but I see a bunch of people oh, there's a bunch of FCC people talking about attendance, hot takes, and how no one goes to see our games. First of all, dude, MLS ATX did that way better. Second of all, our fuckboys are the fuckiest fuckboys in the history of fucking. Somebody just burned a goddamn jersey on a grill with ski masks on today, disguising their voices. So,
Wait, they disguise their voices?
Yeah,
I didn't watch the video.
apparently they were worried about What, they would lose their jobs
I
over
didn't
this
watch-
shitty YouTube
I didn't
video?
watch the video with audio, so I didn't hear that.
No.
It was.
That's embarrassing.
It was just dumb, and like so.
That's all that is. That's just
If you're upset about like
It's not
their
even- you're not doing
fuckboys,
anything illegal. What are you hiding your
Yeah.
voice for? What are you hiding your face for that matter?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
So just remember there are fuckboys on both sides. So let's talk before we move on to Man Balls about what Saturday is going to look like, because I think we do need to speak about this. One of the things that I think you alluded to it, John, that I'm looking forward to the most about Hell is Real, Chapter 1, is the ability to hang out with like a bunch of people from Cincinnati who are A, our friends, and or B, put themselves and their kind of like fandom on the line to say that the crew should stay. And, you know, I'm not saying that like it made the difference, but I'm saying that like they took a stand for us, and that's admirable, and I'd like to raise a glass with them, and I think the Mega Tailgate's a perfect place to do it. And
Yeah, I just invited some random dude I was tweeting back and forth with earlier, right before the show started.
What if we're the first-
Come to Mega Tailgate and we'll cheers to this new era of Ohio soccer.
Yes. What if we're like the first, you know, like rough lad rivalry in MLS where they like play it up and like pimp our rivalry out that actually can hang out with each other? Remember the cringy fuckboyness of the first time that Red Bull played NYCFC, where they fought each other with sandwich boards and bags of garbage. And they were just hitting each other over the heads with bags of garbage and sandwich boards, chanting, "Who are ya? Who are ya?" It is the cringiest fucking cosplay bullshit, rough lad, ultra smack, Premier League imitation fucking White Castle slider meat I've ever seen in my fucking life. And can we be the first group of hot boys and rough lads that don't fucking do that? Drives back to you.
I mean, I won't be. I'm going to watch a soccer
You're an
game.
old.
Hey, honestly, like, fucking whatever. I'm actually sick of having this conversation. I don't care if it's a heated rivalry or not. I don't care if we're best friends or not. It's a goddamn soccer game. I come to hang out with my friends. If some people I like from Cincinnati come up and hang out too, cool. It's still a fucking soccer game.
Yeah, you hate people because they're wearing different colored shirts than you are? You fucking short-sighted.
I'm just going to bring this up because I
dickbag.
remembered it from seeing it on Twitter, I think last night, and it's kind of relative to this conversation. But Ariel Castillo, who worked for MLS for a long time, so lots of you probably are familiar with her. She does content production now for like the U.S. arm of Man City or whatever. And she tweeted this yesterday, which feels relevant in the same vein of conversation because it has to do with the reputation and the impression that we as American soccer fans are like leaving on American American culture as a whole, but also like the world. And she says, on an unrelated note, after hanging out in Premier League and overseas social media for work, it's impressive how long the shadow of the Seattle fight and win guy is. And then she says, a decent percentage of my job is basically like, hey, we're not all like that fight and win guy. So people have a lot of people have obviously seen that video and think that that's how American soccer culture is. And to a degree, they're not wrong.
No.
But
to a degree.
But yeah, there's also a large subsect, like the people here sitting in this room, that aren't like that at all. And I think that's the impression that we want to leave with people, is that we don't want to be the fight and win Seattle guy, but we're veering very hard towards that.
We don't want to be him. We don't want to be the sandwich board fighters. We don't want to be the fucking inebriata fuckboys firing
I'm grouping all
Roman
of those
candles
people
at
together.
people.
All
Yeah,
these
me
people
too.
who are desperate to be something that they're not, and be something that they think that they're supposed to be.
Yes. Cosplayers.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Brent, your thoughts. Give me a banger.
There's actually one that fits pretty perfectly with this. Somebody, I don't remember who it was, got on the Nordeca Facebook page. Was like,
awesome. Here we go.
Hey, I just want to say, everybody stay safe out there this weekend. Cincinnati is a new team, so we have no idea what to expect from their fan base.
Fuck off.
Signed, Charles Campesino.
It probably was Charles.
Canned penis, no.
Canned penis man.
Canned penis man.
Everybody stay safe out there. We don't know where my penis is. It's in a can.
We don't know what?
Yeah.
Are we ignoring the fact that a bunch of them came up for a game last year and we partied in the parking lot with them and it was fine?
Right.
Other than our literally 100% of the sample size and the data available. Other than that, we don't know what they're capable of. Everyone be careful with their puppies at home.
Violence is not cool. It's
Oh,
not
is that
fun.
right, John?
It's not entertaining.
I thought you were going to say
Stop acting like apes.
I thought you were going to say it's like not in style, and I was going to say, well, actually,
no, it is, but
very
like
much
the
in
fact
style.
that it is just like depressing and pathetic. Like we fancy ourselves this higher intelligent species, and yet when someone throws a punch or says something ridiculous, we all still gather around and scream like monkeys in trees.
Yeah, I wonder if you would fight that other group of people if you didn't know what color shirt they were wearing. Imagine being a rough lad that was colorblind. How impossible would this be? I have so many things
There would
to
be
hate.
so much rough lad on rough lad violence.
How do they even know who to fight on parlay jersey?
Right. You're just
like, wait, we're all wearing teal. Shit, who do I hate?
Quick, everyone stab themselves before the fight starts so
Yeah.
I know who not to attack. Everyone in red is a friend.
Everyone who's bleeding is on your team. God damn it, I was just standing there not bleeding and Carl smashed me with a brick. Fuck. Anybody else got any thoughts on this? I didn't think
I'm
so.
excited.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be good to see all of our friends and people. And
I can't wait.
Make some new relationships with some new people that come up. Maybe.
I'm ready to see Rambo Gooner. I'm ready to see Burkle. I'm ready to see Mike Hudson Sucks.
I'll be curious if
Mike Hudson is here all the time.
Queen City
Yeah,
Disco.
I don't actually want to see Mike Hudson.
No, I don't want that. Did I say I wanted that? I don't want to see Mike Hudson's nipples.
Are you aware of any sort of planned large
hot boy party?
No, but like I assume that they're coming up in droves.
Yeah.
And given what happened with Seattle,
Yes.
now that wasn't like you being turned away by like security.
Correct.
That was just them being douchebags.
Yes.
If they all in their hundreds of numbers, however many they're going to be, tried to come over to Mega Tailgate, would that be allowed?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, I didn't know if there would be there would be or is a presence.
I talked to front office about this. So there'll be, parking over in the area that the Way fans always park.
Yeah.
The only rule is don't park your car over there if you're a Crew fan. Like that's all they're asking. You can walk over there and hang out with people.
But would they? But what I'm saying is, would they all be allowed to
yes.
come over to Mega Tailgate?
They can absolutely come over to Mega Tailgate. I specifically
So then
told the
that's
front
what
office
we should
that
really be doing.
Yeah.
We should just be saying like the plan is don't be over there at all. Just come over here.
That's what I've told everyone. Okay. I've told everyone who asks, like, please come over to Mega Tailgate, have a beer. No one gives a shit. And if they do, like,
Right.
there are hundreds and hundreds more of us.
Because you can break that like potential scenario and start this whole new and better and positive thing if you just kill it right from the start.
That's right. Who's to say what will happen in 120 years? But while we're alive, we can set a tone, and why don't we do
no
that?
one will be alive.
And no,
I plan on dying right now.
He's absolutely right.
Say what one more goddamn time.
All right, bitches. Man balls of the week. Combination of man of the match and game balls, which as a term is too long as opposed to this segment, which is still way too long. Drabs, we go to you first. Your man balls of the week.
Diaz and Zardes.
Brent Miller, your man balls of the week.
Diaz and Room.
John Zadar, your man balls of the week.
Cronulla and Kaita.
My first man balls ever. My first man ball goes to everyone that showed up at Tifo Sweat last night. That was an incredibly complicated tracing event. One of the most complicated I've ever been a part of, and we figured out a way. We'll see if we can paint it on Friday, but, as of now, it looks...
How fucked up is the tracing?
On
a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, so, like, on a scale of, 1 to 10 in our normal tracing, it's a 3. It's not bad.
What else would you compare it against?
So we're tracing on something that's already been painted, and it's the first time we've done that since we were tracing in the warehouse.
Is that why you were using red markers or whatever I saw you
Crayons.
post a picture of? The wax crayons.
It was crayon, yeah. So, like, in some parts it's painted, on some parts it's not, so, like, we had to use markers. And
you guys are going to be there painting on Friday till, 3 a.m.
Tifo Sweat at tifosweat.com. We need help.
At least the forecast has gotten rid of rain on Friday, so that's
was
great
it
for you.
supposed to? Did that storm affect you guys that rolled through yesterday?
It affected Shrek and I when we showed there at 3 p.m. to get the flags in order.
Yeah.
We had to retreat to the front office and sit in their beautiful new office furniture, which was great. Everyone's office is different now. Like, Erica's upstairs. Meredith and Ryan don't have a fucking office. Dante's...
They never deserved one.
They didn't to begin with, yeah. Steve Lyons has an office right there. He wasn't there. Phil Goldfarb wasn't in his shit. Erica Kress wasn't in her office. They were cheating on us. They're all trying to work for FC Cincinnati. I'm going to fight every single FCC fan in the parking lot.
Those Austin Twitter accounts.
That's right. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 1, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 2 with Human of the Week and more. My friends, my mapaches, you're listening to the trash bit known as ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, yo. Last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I stay elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full E-F-F-E-C-T. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F. Man, you don't stop. David, you don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah. I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, yeah. And to my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky. Yeah. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in the precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, celebrity fans, and all you fools listening on your iPhones, welcome back. It is segment 2 here on episode 129 of the Failing Aces Radio. My name is Carol Seaver, and we are brought to you, as always, by Blood and Urine, broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. It is Hell is Real Week, bitches. There are football lads and fussball boys left and right, my sweet monkey balls. There's spit coming out of my mouth. I'm so excited. Drabs, we're here on segment 2. That can mean only one thing. We have the celebrity guest in our midst.
Yeah, who's that?
We're looking at, there's an empty chair right there. Did you not book anyone?
Oh, I thought you were handling that this week.
Well, okay. Well, if you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 2, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 3 with your hot takes and more. We're live on Periscope already, and you're listening to the trash pocket known as the Failing Aces Radio.
Hot, sicker than your average, down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack in a mouth like a mash, spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile, my crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping in an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to fuming while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it, David F. Man, you don't stop. David, you don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah. I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, yeah. To my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, celebrity fans, founders, and members of Crew Union alike, and all you fools spending this weekend in Federal Pound Me in the Ass Penitentiary for dirty beardery in the city of Montreal. Welcome back. It is segment 3 of episode 129. I enjoyed our break very much between segments 2 and 3. Thanks as always to our guest on segment 2 this week's edition was a man who was supposed to be sitting in a chair and then wasn't. I actually assumed that Sitar would be back by the time it got there.
That's what you get for assuming, Morgan.
Shrek, if you want to fill in for John until he gets back.
Is he pooping? Is that what's happening here? I mean,
bad idea.
This is like a poop length of time that he
might be
absent
dropping
from
a
the room.
smasher.
Yeah.
He might be smash dropping, as they say on the streets. Drabs, how did you like segment 2? Is that good for you?
It was fantastic. That was definitely the best segment 2 interview that you've ever done.
Thank you. Thank you.
your insightfulness in segment 2 was head and shoulders above any other interview.
I appreciate your appreciation, is what I would say to that, because of the appreciativeness, which is a word I just learned in my head. Drabs, what if I told you there was a cure to the scourge, for the scourge, or to the scourge known as scourgeness?
At the scourge, through the scourge, under the scourge,
Follow me
around
at
the scourge,
scourge
over the
underscore
scourge,
Myers underscore 25.
within the scourge.
At the Scourge Father 2. And that's Scourge A Race 1. That's right, Drabs. They say
It turns out John was the glue holding this podcast together the whole time.
The only cure for the scourge known as at the Scourge Father 2 is at underscore Myers underscore also 2, but then a 5.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an Aces Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
And you're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter, because you're a puppet and you're an animal puppet. And Pete Shahada killed you in a ritualistic death ceremony known as the Great Goo Goo Butter. It's a Liverpool Football Club fuss lad pregame ceremony where we destroy
Can somebody
animals.
please find John? Please, God. I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, Shrek and Peter fighting over English football. What? What are you fighting over?
Wait,
Okay.
wait. Shrek is wearing it. So Pete has some fucking Euro footy T-shirt, whatever.
He's got an Ohio football lab.
Yeah, he's got an OSU except soccer shirt apparently. Shrek has a T-shirt that says Subaru Ambassador. Did you pay for that shirt?
Shrek is a 48-year-old lesbian.
You paid money to advertise for Subaru. You gave them money and said, "Here, let me advertise for you." Did you pay for the T-shirt? No. You didn't pay for the T-shirt. No. How did you get the T-shirt?
You get it if you don't use the disposable.
I mean, you paid $35,000 for that T-shirt when you bought the car.
If you go to Kroger enough times and use your own grocery bags, they just give you Subaru Ambassador shirts. They're like, you probably drive one of these. Look at you, you little bitch. You little hot bitch.
I think if you wash like 100 pounds of coal and make it clean coal, we get one too.
Dude, don't destroy my narrative, okay? Clean coal is the future. Before we move to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, I wonder if I could go ahead and read the overall standings. According to Alex Thomas, it's the only reason that people tune into this trash pocket. And he's still screaming.
I think John left. I think that's why. He's gone.
Out by the Fat Indians?
His backpack is here.
Oh, all right, John. He's just still outside. I don't think he'll mind missing segment 3. In first place, Columbus Crew Eagle with 32 undeserved points, followed by in second with 13. Can you not?
Can we not? We're in the middle. We're literally.
Did either one of you realize that you were just screaming at the top of your lungs? You didn't know we were recording?
I didn't know you've been recording for the last 5 minutes.
I wish I wasn't. And I also wish I weren't. Your
I wish
Gavin
I
is
was
showing
a little bit taller.
in
I
second
wish I was
place
taller.
with 13th. Take it easy, Skilo. Third place is setting the table with 10 points, followed by Downtown Falcon in fourth with 8. Basketball Emoji checks in by themselves in fifth with 6 points, followed by AGS Attack and Tim Bezvichenko, the 5-pointers, in sixth place. Bonesy 10, Angry Drabs, Degenerate Kneebone, and Weekend Stepdad check in with 4 points in eighth place, followed by the 12 place boys with 3 points, Club Porter, Aces Archive, Mike Hudson Sucks, he certainly does, Columbus Lad, all in 12th place. The 2-pointers are as follows: Gary the Winged Lion, Robert Shaft, Arby's Official, Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, and Higher Ballerina, not spelled how you think it is. The 1-pointers in 21st place are as follows: Morgan's Fun Van for your kids. Morgan's Anal Leakage, Massive 14, Smack Jackoff, Lamborghini, Morgan's Pocket Recorder, Nordecker, Ron T, Joe Bednick, Goals 4, Shadow Cell, the Campensano Family, Waffles, the Eagle, Jarvis Woods and Hook Manny, Ralph Shudell, Dayton Dutch, Osprey, Arch City, Owl, Stanklord, USA, Gilf, Kansas University PR, Solanamex, Super Agent Lawyer, and League's Cup, all tied in 21st place with a point each, bringing up the rear this week. Greg! And getting the bulk in 45th place, Bob O'Shaughnessy. Bob O'Shaughnessy. We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, where I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. This week's topmost of the popmost comes to us from none other than Fishbert with 9 points. Quote, a reminder ahead of this weekend's game, Derby, a sports event between teams in the same area. Derby, an elderly gentleman who professes to be liberal, despite taking his job from a deported immigrant. Get it right. End quote.
Oh, my.
Drabs, your thoughts?
To be fair, Greg Benson has had like 8 jobs since he left this podcast, so he's doing just fine.
This was never Greg's job. This is just where
That's
he
what
came
they're
to shit on
referring to.
kids' chests. If they were sitting on his in his chair at Hendon's Pub, Greg, you dirty immigrant bitch! How dare you? You're from a country that Donald Trump hates. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they probably get in there. Yeah, there's too much gun control and regulation. Not enough people are getting murdered. Why don't we have more immigrants from Norway? I'm Donald Trump. I'm a horrid demagogue racist bitch.
Right.
Back to you, Drive.
Who literally can't visit people in a hospital without both bragging about it and also shitting on his opponents at the same time.
Unfucking believable. In between his visits to, like, cities where massacres just happened, he was like, everyone see Joe Biden? What an old motherfucker. How tired is this guy? The economy would suck if he was the president. Anyway, I gotta go visit massacre victims. Peace, bitches. Hashtag stick to politics.
YOLO swag 6, 5. Let me sleep and watch Fox News.
Let me 88. Moving on from user Angry Drabs of 6 points. Quote, fuck Cincinnati, fuck you, Chili, fuck FC Cincinnati as a staff, organization, and a motherfucking soccer club. And if you want to be down with FC Cincinnati, then fuck you too. Hashtag Drabs hit 'em up. End quote. Go ahead, Drabs. Back to you.
Charles Campesano, your thoughts. As a person who I know has a fondness for this genre and era of music, because this is Tupac.
For Tupac?
Yeah.
That's Tupac.
Yeah, correct.
Hit 'em
hit 'em up.
Yes.
Hit 'em up.
Yeah. Your thoughts?
I have no thoughts.
You have no thoughts?
I don't know. You went Angry Drabs on Twitter today, didn't you?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, I go Angry Drabs on Twitter every day.
Rich Uncle Skeleton?
Yeah, but it wasn't fuck Cincinnati. I mean, yeah.
Is this good?
Mr. Poopy
Is this
Pants?
good?
Sorry, like everybody our age knows like Tupac and Hit 'em Up, right?
I mean,
like even Morgan.
Morgan.
Even the young lads like Morgan.
Totally. I had the whole album Hit 'em up.
All right, not Morgan.
Track 7 hit 'em up. Track 2 hit them up. Track 8.
Track 8, smack my bitch
hit some
up.
of them down. Moving on. From user, also Shrek, why don't you come sit down and give some of your thoughts, for fuck's sake? You haven't been here in so long. Why don't you just be a guest on segment 3 until John decides to quit officially?
Oh,
From
he
user-
decided long ago to quit on this
he should.
podcast.
Tim Bezbachenko with 4 points, quote, sup bitches. We are on a motherfucking roll. Just picked up a point on the road against one of the hottest teams in the league. We are unstoppable. My erection could be seen from space, dog. We have these weak-ass fuckboys coming to town this weekend, and I can't wait to blow my load all over that fucking Lion's face after the 90th minute Saturday evening. Fuck you, Darby. Thanks. Tim. End quote. Brent Miller, your thoughts.
Reply from an Angry Drabs. Fuck you. Bring back Gaston.
Why is your microphone not on?
I don't know. Why is it not on, Morgan? You set this shit up.
I don't
It's your
know.
janky ass equipment.
I'm actually a very dumb man, so
Pam said that about
you know,
your
I don't have a thing.
Smoke weed every day.
Moving on from user Shadow Sal with 4 points, quote, I secretly watch my dad's Twitch streams so I can get to know him better. Please save me from Charles, end quote. Shrek Mecca, your thoughts?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Wow, he's in mid-season Zadar form.
Wow. You are a direct replacement for John. Please speak into the microphone, John.
I was also trying to find the massive page so I could actually look at it.
The massive page, of course.
You should have the Reddit app on your phone, Shrek.
God damn, I'm just trying to find the thread.
Well, please speak into the microphone. It's not like you're not wearing cans, bitch. You can hear yourself when you talk. Come on. Shrek Mecca.
As he turns away from the microphone
John
yet
Zadar
again.
has coughed into the microphone.
Moving on from user Columbus Crew Eagle.
good.
With 3 points, quote, Merrigan, it is Columbus Crew Eagle. This week, hell is real in Ohio. If come to small tailgate, will you make me waffle? Eagles love waffle. That's why so excite for season finale waffle party. I'm terrified. Columbus Crew win again. Glad no longer need use your tears as lube in nest. Eric cry, though. He need mother. Can't wait until dumb Pam booted from Summit House. Promise not eat Gary. Merrigan, please boot Pam. Please make waffle. Merrigan. Please. End quote. Darby Schnarvis, your thoughts?
I mean, tears aren't great lube.
So happy no one was talking over that.
I figure it's going to wind up in the 4-minute recap anyway.
I like to hope so. Tears aren't lube.
Are you excited for the waffle party?
No.
Do you have you thought at all about what's going to happen in the season finale?
As I look at the overall standings, and I realize that no matter how many points I give to there's no way Columbus Crew Eagle. And so there's going to be
like Crew making the playoffs level of chances.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's going to be like a fucking freak bird furry weirdo smashing in here and just like humping me and throwing waffles at my face.
Oh my God. Whoever Columbus Crew Eagle is, please take notes.
I don't want it, and I'm not all about it, and it makes me feel bad, and I don't like that. Moving on from user Serious Eagle Facts. With 2 points, quote, Eagles are birds of prey in the family T-bird hardy. There are approximately 60 different species. The majority are found in Eurasia and Africa, with only 14 species found in other areas including North, Central, and South America and Australia. It is known that Greg Benson first migrated to America riding an eagle. Eagle chicks are fed a steady diet of fish, occasionally supplemented by waterfowl, ducks, geese, and waffles. The chicks will be nearly full-grown at 9 weeks of age, usually coinciding with the final episode of a local sports team's podcast. Fuck! There's a ritual where the panel sacrifices the eldest member for sustenance for the eagle chick for its upcoming journey. End quote.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money
And you're elderly. Brent Miller, your thoughts?
So we have to sacrifice Darby? Is that what that?
I long for the sweet release of death.
Fatality.
Moving on from user Degenerate Kneebone with 2 points, quote, My guys, in honor of hashtag Hell is Real Week, I thought it would be fun to bring back an old favorite to the show, some Would You Rather. Buckle up, shitlords, as it's about to get weird. Driggly Snarfalgorgus. Would you rather have everyone pronounce and spell your name correctly forever, but you have to eat all your food in the way you and Morgan at that foot long, but just as friends, or you never have to pay for a beer again, but you have one of them unhealthy relationships with the television program My Little Pony?
The first thing.
But which one of
the people spell my name correctly, and I just have to.
You and I just have to eat
food
hot
intimately
dogs?
while staring into your eyes.
I don't want that. I definitely
Because I'm going to pick the spiciest fucking food I can find.
I choose number 2, as I usually do. Random guess. That's you, Brent Miller. You are forced to read Twitter every day and have to respond to every tweet from all the FCC fuckboys, or be the moderator for the Nordeca Facebook group.
It's like this one was written for you, actually.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely be the moderator for the Nordeca Facebook group.
That's ban everybody. As soon as anybody types, you're banned.
Zan Sitar, that's you, Shrek. You can snap your fingers, and I'll remind you as always to speak into the microphone because that's how microphones work. You can snap your fingers and end all gun violence in America, but you will always be on the losing end of an argument. Or, from now on, you are compelled to organize and lead a hashtag Save the Blank campaign for every social injustice in the world, like hashtag Save the Dayton Dutch Osprey, hashtag Save the Two Fat Indians profit margins, and hashtag Save Darby's insatiable lust for horses.
Well,
which would you rather, one or two?
I would rather one, and I mean, people know exactly.
See how you're not
I
talking
feel.
to the mic? There it is.
I would rather like one always, but one especially because God, we need to run two fat Indians to the ground.
Yeah, murder fat.
And you're
Indians.
used to losing arguments,
And-
so
and
that's
all
not really a
gun violence.
change. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're
As long as
you're
it-
married, so
I got a drop for that. There it is. Merrigan, you never have to hear another Eagle Waffle Derek Hughes joke again, but you have to move to Dublin and proudly raise all of your kids, Eagle offspring, in the fine Dublin city schools. You will never predict another correct score prediction again, or never predict a correct score line ever again. The second one for sure. Wait, right? Like,
so you're choosing not.
I'm choosing
to
either
move to Dublin.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
So
that-
you never get to predict any scores correct again. You no longer
But
get to be
that's
the
present
number
in
one
both of the
prediction
options.
boys.
That's present in both the options.
I mean, there is some structural issues with
some.
Yeah, some.
The worst that they think the worst is in both things.
Kneebone, stop drinking on the job.
Yeah, no shit. The choice is yours, gentlemen, and Merrigan. End quote. Ooh, this next one. What a great username. Moving on from user Alex Thomas Fan Club with 2 points, quote, the only reason people tune into this show is to hear the weather report by our comedic Lord and Savior, Alex Thomas. Maybe we replace Brent's Hot Smashers with another Alex Thomas segment. Sorry, Brett. Brett. I know you're sitting right there listening to this. This is 3 hours ago. You can put the bucket back on your head if it makes you feel better and stops you from shooting up behind the McDonald's. However, the Alex Thomas Fan Club has begun to worry about the status of Chin Pokemon Dragon Star Wars Throne Game for Best Friends. When does the Kickstarter launch? Hashtag Alex Thomas Fan Club. Hashtag only as friends, though. Hashtag smoke weed every day. Hashtag wait, what?
Smoke weed every day.
I don't know. Who's up? Drabs, is that you?
Normally, I'm used to you being the one jacking Alex off. Having somebody else do it is a little unprecedented.
I'm also used to the one doing that with my just as friends, though.
Right.
With the little hot baby hot weenus heat coming off of these
With a little pinky
baby
tickle
dick.
at the bottom.
Yeah, got to tickle that bottom part to get the top part to go. What? What's happening up there? Or down there. I'm the top part. I'm the top part of the hot baby dick weenus party. Ooh, welcome to my house. Look around. It's like this is where all the magic happens. It's a little hot baby hot weenus dick bedroom. Look at this. Can we get like a weird camera angle, zoom up on the bed? We're on MTV Cribs.
Didn't John tell you last week to stop making those jokes so often?
Dude, that's just like
It's so weird that Chris Hansen showed up for the podcast this week.
Have a seat. And moving on. From user Super Agent Lawyer with 2 points, quote, who put the Skyline chili in my office Coke dispenser, end quote. Shrek Mecca, your thoughts?
What's Skyline chili?
Oh, my fucking God.
Boom. Roasted.
Well, it's like if chili were a person and then chili shit itself out of its butthole onto a plate of spaghetti.
I mean, I genuinely asked this question to about 10 people because I've never actually eaten it, and every version of it had something to do with poop and diarrhea.
So here's the thing: you can go to Kroger and buy this diarrhea in a can if you want to experience it.
Hold on.
Or there's a Skyline on Olentangy.
And Bethel.
I mean,
there's Skylines all over the place.
The shit that comes out of the can is probably the same stuff. They probably take it out of a can in the store. So
Here's my hot take. I think that Skyline chili dip, like when you make it like as a dip, it's not on top of fucking spaghetti.
Or when you bury it in cheese and sour
that.
cream and
Yes.
other things. Yeah.
It's so good. Holy
So hold on,
fuck
this is
balls.
a learning point. You put it on spaghetti.
They put it on spaghetti.
Okay, they put it on spaghetti.
Along with about a
Do they
pound
not
of
know,
shredded
like,
cheese.
you
Yeah.
can put,
So
like-
again, you're just killing the taste. They literally, if you look at pictures, they put like so if you've got a plate of spaghetti and you take a shit on it, and then you put some chopped onions on it, and then you just like imagine an entire 2-pound bag of shredded cheddar piled on top of that. That's what it is. And so the philosophy being,
crackers.
if you bury anything in enough cheese, it's going to be edible. I mean, that's the American way.
I'll say this: I like Skyline chili. I think it's delicious.
You're stupid
It's
and
just
bad
weird.
at everything.
It's just weird.
Morgan is a fuss lad, confirmed.
It's fine.
Tony Paco's is better.
Tony Paco's Lad Party, or is that Toledo place?
It's the Toledo place.
Yeah,
They have a
I'm
better
not saying
chili.
that. I'm not saying that's bad.
It's spicy. You'd hate it.
Well, Hungarian Steven can lick these nuts because I'm not eating any Tony Paco's because that I don't want that, and I'll do like
So you want to eat the shit? You want to eat the poop chili? You want to put the poop chili in your mouth like a happy boy, but you don't want the Tony Paco's. Okay.
you want to put the poop chili in your mouth like a happy boy. Yes, I mean like that's probably not entirely wrong. Moving on from user Best of Big Soccer quote Posting to Big Soccer is like riding a moped. It's all fun until your friends see you. End quote.
Oh my.
Drabs, your thoughts?
Posting to Big Soccer is like riding a moped. You shouldn't do it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on. Third to last hot take comes to us from Gregulator420. Welcome back to the show. Fuck lad. 1 point. Quote, sitting on his bar stool at Hendocks. Guys, where is everyone? Where are all the kids for me to shit on? What do I do with this tire? Guys, not funny, guys. You can all come out now. Guys. And that's my impression of a person from Australia. End quote. Brent, your thoughts?
Should find more excuses to play this drop.
I haven't deleted it from the board yet. I saw Greg. A week ago today.
Tailgate.
Was he?
Yeah,
that was
the last home game.
Yeah, that was like 3 weeks ago. I saw Greg a week ago today at Hendocks for the alleged last day of Hendocks. And now we find out that Hendocks is open and back up again right now. Management is now at Point Tavern in UA on Riverside Drive.
Just do it.
Moving on from user Mike Hudson Socks with the second worst hot take of the night. From user Egotistical Shitbag Ref. Whose fucking waffle maker is this? Love Ted Uncle. Hashtag hell is in a different font. End quote. Shrek, what?
I think we should donate it to Skyline Chili so they can start making waffles and putting chili on top of it.
Oh my God! Somebody's gonna do that.
I don't think this is an entirely horrid idea for Skyline Chili.
What?
I just had a new idea for the waffle party at the end of the season where we make you eat Skyline chili on a fucking waffle.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled horrid trash idea that would make one poop out of their butthole at an impressive rate, therefore creating more Skyline chili.
I mean, it's got cinnamon in it, so like it should be.
We
It
go
should
now
work with a waffle, right?
Live to Drabs, who's on the scene of the last
We can make
mini
this happen,
tailgate
right, Brent?
of the year.
We
Drabs,
definitely could.
Yeah.
And I can't say for sure who could, but there may or may not be a utensil with which to make waffles here tonight to be given to people that are at the table. Who knows?
You had to take a breath in between that last
Okay, Ralph.
part of that last sentence.
Absolutely.
What's the coupon code to buy that waffle maker? Hot entrails. Awesome. That's
I think
a great
we also
joke.
need to take another interruption because we might have solved the world food crisis.
What, eating your own
We
food?
found something that
Because
nobody
it's
will
like
eat.
The equivalent of the perpetual motion machine. You eat it, you shit it, you eat it again. You shit
Oh my God!
I believe you can only drink your own urine to save your life thrice, and then you just die. And that desert is called Detroit. Moving on. Last hot take of the night is from AGS Attack, as is tradition, with -6 points. Quote, legend has it there is a place so nasty, so disgusting, so ugly, so smelly, so putrid, so filled with evil that no one can remember whether its name is spelled with 2 N's or 2 T's. This place, characterized by a love of diarrhea-like chili and a horribly mediocre pizza, cough, La Rosa's, torments us with its demonic nature. And then there's a hyperlink, and then that hyperlink is this.
From time to time, citizens are called upon to fight and stand up for what they believe in.
Why is
Men
he
and
speaking
women
with an English accent?
are presented
what
sometimes
you call
with
this?
things so
It's a very
disgusting,
distant Churchillian.
so smelly and ugly and just disgusting. Again, I can't stop saying it, that you makes you believe in demons and evil. Indeed, that hell is real.
What?
Well, it is. And it's called Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. I get it. I
That's
see what
right.
Okay. I see.
It's Cincinnati. Your chili tastes like shit. First we'll beat you, then we'll burn your kid. Cincinnati. Your chili tastes like shit.
10 hours ago,
First
before
we'll
the
beat you,
jersey burning thing was up.
That would have been.
Wait, no.
That's not over.
You saw.
Actually tweeted this 23 hours ago.
Wow.
Oh, he tweeted the song 23 hours ago, so he absolutely predated. Wow.
The fat AGS attack. One of the strongest lads in the game of reading the future. In that game. That game is hard to be good at. We have blood points to give away. I'm not even going to ask for thoughts on that because that's just like mind-bending and universe-altering. Drabs, you go to you first, your 2 blood points, and I go to the following users, my friend.
Let's see. My first blood point goes to Serious Eagle Facts. That was... I enjoyed that. Second one, Super Agent Lawyer. For reasons that can't be fully explained, that joke works on a number of levels. If you'd have been at the Save the Crew leadership meeting on Monday,
I didn't go to that.
Yeah, I know you didn't. Neither did John.
Because we saved the crew.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't go to those anymore. We're done with hot takes.
What's up, John? Yeah, you literally came in at the end.
Brent, your 2 blood points go to the following users, my friend.
I'll go ahead and give one to AGS Attack for that future prediction that came true.
John, you can take back over for Shrek.
I'm going to actually leave.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
I had a lot of fun on the patio with Alex.
I had a feeling
I'm
you'd
shocked
say
you
that.
hadn't already left, to be honest.
Come in if you just said we're starting.
And it didn't occur to you like 20 minutes ago that you'd been out there a long time.
What's your score prediction? I wouldn't either, dude. I was just thinking about how much I hate doing this show, like right when I was setting up for the show.
Listen, John, Morgan is the only one who gets to masturbate Alex. We don't need you to jump in on it and say how great he is.
First of all, after today's tweets, no one wants to masturbate Alex Steck. Third of all, what am I doing?
Just give us your score prediction.
Who are we playing? The TV says at San Jose.
Well, we're not really doing much.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Man, they're bad. 3-1 Crew.
All right. John Sedar says 3-1 Crew. We'll edit that into the end of the show.
No, don't.
Do you want to give away blood points? Because we're doing that right now.
I'd like to give both of my blood points to setting the table for the intro.
Fuck yeah. We like that. We like that a lot. Brent, did you give yours?
Yeah, the first one went to AGS Attack.
That's right.
Second one to Columbus Crew Eagle.
Oh, maybe we'll just forget about the second one. Shrek, you were here.
I'm trying to figure out which one. Okay. First one to Columbus Crew Eagle.
God, fuck.
Actually, I'll give the second one too because why not?
Seriously, John, you don't have to come back. Shrek is you in mid-season form.
I was worried the Eagle wouldn't get enough points, but I worry no more.
No.
You dirty
Shrek's
bitch.
perfect. He's not paying attention. Like, he's really stepped in admirably for you today.
Yeah. He's been trying to navigate to the subreddit known as The Massive for the entire time we've been reading hot takes. And then I go, Shrek, your thoughts? And he's like, hold on, I'm almost there. Wait a minute. I'm on
That's
Reddit.
what I'm always doing, too. Yeah, that's definitely it.
They
call him the Brown Zadar.
They do. They call him that. I've heard that.
Wait, I thought the brown Zadar is what you served at Best Friends Brunch.
Oh! Holy shit, Drabs. That was one of the truest roastings I've ever heard in my life. And my first blood point goes to Alex Thomas Fan Club. What a goddamn! What a goddamn! What a goddamn great! What a great time! What a great time that was! Is what they'll say.
Normally, you give both of your balls to the Alex Thomas fan club. Do you want to do the other one? You kind of do, don't you?
My second one has got to go to the legend known as Setting the Table. For I don't know. Who knows how long Darren can keep up this previously on ACES radio thing, but like know that it's the best part of my week.
Oh, yeah.
When I get like the DM and I'm like, oh, there's another one, I can't wait to listen to it. And it makes my genitals tingle and I go, I am anticipating something pleasurable. Get it in me, get it inside of me, put me, the thing that isn't inside of you, and get my thing, and ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Kristen does not listen to the podcast. She will listen to the 4-minute intro.
Great. It's a very long outro, John.
Darby, is this a thing we're not supposed to talk over?
I'm sure it is.
Charles, can you turn on the light? I can't see. I'm an old boy. Very long outro, John. All right. We have score predictions to update, lads, before we preview the Fuss Lads versus the Sea Boys, as we call ourselves. Last week,
Where's
Cruisers
my
FC.
whiteboard, Morgan?
We're not doing that. We're not doing whiteboards anymore because we don't have good markers.
This is how we keep you from cheating.
You could try, and you will fail. Cruisers FC taking on the rivalry weeks of the greater San Jose area. The guests, a.k.a. Solana X, a.k.a. I think it was Brent Miller. You said it was going to be a 2-2 tie. It was a 1-1 tie. You get 5 points, and fuck off. You're too far away in last place for that to matter. John Zadar, the
Still
wetness,
right,
the wet boys. You actually weren't right. You were correcting.
I said draw. It was a draw. That's right.
You said things that were wrong, and I invite you to never speak again on this show. And everyone hates it when you make noises, even clearing your throat. People go, Jesus, why? It's a Verde green shirt. I'm a Seattle Sounders fan. I'm Brent Miller. Please don't do that. Johnson already said it was going to be a 1-3 loss. It was actually a 1-1 tie. You get 0 points and may God have mercy on your soul. Drabs, the old man, Drolby Scrinface. He said it was going to be a 1-2 loss. You dirty, ignorant bitch. You unbelievable slut, Drabs. It was a 1-1 tie. You get no points. May God have mercy on your soul. Horgan Muse, a.k.a. the top lad, the top man boy. You said it was going to be a 0-2 loss, and while that was certainly very close to being true, and that there was actually 2 goals scored, and you predicted 2 goals were going to be scored. Somebody could get points because of that, is what they'd say.
No, that's not how it is.
But we're not trying to change the rules in the mid-season drafts, and we'll never do that.
It's not mid-season, Morgan.
You get 0 points. May Guillermo have mercy on your soul, even though you don't need it, because you're already blessed and very, very humble. People say that you're humble.
Shut up, Morgan.
Because of your talent to the overall standings. In last place, the guest, a.k.a. Solana X, a.k.a. Moonman Pederast himself, a.k.a. Brent Miller. Congratulations. You have 15 points, and that's not very many. In third place, John Zadar, who's always in third place, you have 40 points. That's also not very many. In second place, this guy sucks. A lot of people are making a lot of accusations about this guy, especially in the Me Too movement. And
how many points, Morgan?
And it's like, man, we do have to listen to those accusations. We owe it to them. We owe it to them to listen. It's you, Darby. They're talking about you, and you have 60 points. In first place, me. I have 80 points. You'll never catch me. Suck my balls. Slaughtermax. See, this would never be talked about in the Me Too movement. They'd never talk about this. Nope. Only your offenses, Drabs, because people trust me to not make
Put your score prediction in the notes on your phone, Morgan.
No one would ever do that. That's why you're a villain in the Me Too movement.
Put your notes.
No, you remember last week I ripped this into 4 pieces and then we wrote it with pen?
Do you have,
just as
do you
good
have
as,
a pen?
Well, I mean...
Do you have a pen?
There are pens.
Do you have a pen?
Do I have one right now?
Right.
Well, I don't know.
Now when we're talking about the next game.
You're so needy. Before we get into our thoughts and predictions, lads...
Oh, we've got 10 minutes of weather forecast.
About Fuss Laddery. We go now live to the skipping portion of the show known as the Weather Report with Alex Thomas. Alex, back to you in 3, 2, 1.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself.
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike, welcome back. It's another edition of the Weather Report with everyone's favorite Uncle Sportsman himself, Uncle Alligator, Alex Thomas. How the hell are you?
Oh, my God, Morgan.
What a
So
treat.
good to be here.
Oh, my God. Oh, there it
Alex
is.
Thomas has entered the game.
Alex, welcome back to Aces Radio. I know...
Dude, how you been?
First time, long time, or something like that.
Yeah.
Long time.
Give him the long time the first time.
I'll be honest with you, as I always
As you
am.
normally are, yeah.
I'm dragging ass today.
Well, buddy.
You were there at Tifo Sweat last night. That was
Whoever they are.
Whoever they are. Whomever. That was a pain in the dick. That was one of the biggest pain in the ass tracing jobs I've ever done.
It was, it's going to look great, but it was detailed, man.
I think it might look great.
Well, we don't know.
Honestly, we've been doing simplistic shit for so many things in a row now, so many projects in a row that, I don't know.
There's a lot of parts of that process that have been refined to the point where it's really easy. Just kind of like sleepwalk through it, but that tracing part's always a bitch.
Yeah.
It really is.
And it was, obviously you have to do it when it's dark and,
people are tired. They've been doing stuff all day. Whatever, dude.
You're assuming that you can line up the sections. That's the whole thing. You move, okay, we usually do it into quarters, and then, you do the first one, and then you do the second one, and maybe you've slightly moved it, like if Brent Miller is in charge of lowering the fabric or something.
Right.
Because you can't move the projector. So then the second section gets a little moved. Then maybe you fuck up the third section a little bit more, and then you have to, multiply that fuck up times the earlier fuck up, and by the time you get to section 4, you are just totally.
The crowd's gonna be like, "Oh my God, did you see that Funhouse mirror tifo they did? It's gonna be great."
Oh my God. I always wanted to do just a giant. I've always had two ideas. One, I want to do a giant green banner. And then...
Oh, nice. That people can put whatever they want on.
Yeah, just like, oh, hey, you're so upset about fucking Tifo. Why don't you just
make your own.
Edit whatever you want onto
I like
it?
that.
Look what I did. Nothing, but I took something and made bullshit out of it. And then I also wanted to make a giant piece of plastic that just said Tifo on it, but TIFAUX. And
we'll save that one for Montreal or something.
Because it's French. Alex Thomas, there's one reason you're here today. And it's because of...
Besides the deep friendship.
Because of the friendship. And then there's another post-read. It's like with 1B. Cruisers FC taking on the FC Fuss Lads of the greater Covington, Kentucky area. It is Saturday. It is 7:30. It is Mafre Stadium. It is built by ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace. Talk to us about the weather.
Party, never get caught.
That's
Synthetic
right.
urine.
Gag gifts like synthetic urine.
I don't know if that's a gag gift. I think this.
I don't think it is
I
either.
think the synthetic urine is either
they
to
only
dump on
named-
your partner because they don't like the real pee.
They don't want that.
Or
to
put on your person when you go to get tested, slip it into the cup, hand them the cup, and pass a drug test.
They're like, well, you've pissed synthetic urine, so you must be not doing drugs.
Right.
Okay. That's how that works. But they go like, gag gifts like synthetic urine. And then they don't name a second one, so the only category their gifts could be is, urine gifts.
But they got wide and double wide EEE boots, Chippewa,
I love
Battle Axe.
the one part the guy's like, who do you want to be? Double wide boots. You're like, whoa, what the? That was a pretty existential question
I
there.
like who I am, but I wish I had wider feet.
Cowboy boots, police boots. Who do you want to be? We got size 18. Who do I want to be?
I want to be a giant-footed.
Just let me buy fucking boots, Dad.
Yeah.
I don't need to be talked to in this manner. Cruisers FC, FC Fuss Lads.
That's why I'm here.
7:30 kickoff.
I got to tell you, man, this is going to be the best weather we've had all season, and potentially this will be the nicest weather game all season long.
Oh, my fucking God.
Fucking gorgeous.
Well, because we only have one game in, like, the...
Right. The next one's in, like,
the time
December.
of this... what is this called? City? Where it's
that
nice
is what
outside?
It's called. How'd you know that?
No. I've been reading that.
So in this time in the city, it's going to be, like, in the high 70s.
Ooh.
Virtually no wind. Maybe a light wind out of the north at like 5 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Low humidity. Gorgeous, man. Just sun all day. Clear sky at night. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. So get out there and enjoy it.
Get out there and get inside of it.
Who you want to be?
Who you want to be? We got cowboy boots, trucker boots. What kind of other people wear boots?
Railroad worker boots.
All road boots.
Matt Ceylon's moon boots.
Child molesting in space boots. All right, Alex, why don't you give us a score prediction in case no guest shows up?
Oh,
because
my God,
we didn't
dude.
book one.
Fucking bloodbath, 4-0.
That would be FC Fusslads?
What?
No?
No.
Cruisers FC?
Yeah, dog.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up in the for the last time in the pre-Hell is Real era.
Yeah,
Everyone's
prepubescent.
friend.
We're about to get real teen after this one.
As friends only. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Alex Thomas with a weather report, my friend.
Smoke weed every day.
Well, that got...
Can you edit that out?
We're about to get real teen?
Yeah.
Is that like a magazine that is only sold behind dumpsters?
I have to go. I can't be associated with this any longer.
All right, we've already done the playoff forecaster on segment 1, and Pete Hot is looking at his phone, so we can't do Pete's Hot B-Boys, which is we do that every week. Don't make that thing at me. Let's go around and talk about our thoughts of FCC versus Cruisers FC. Drabs, we go to you first. Your thoughts on the match, my friend.
It's a battle of two teams that aren't very great in the standings. Crew has a nice run of form lately, but Cincinnati has as many points over the past 13 games as we do. They have as many wins in the past 6 games as we do. We all hope this is an upward trend, but the longer form points to a couple of teams that aren't that different. Cincinnati's got their new coach, Bill Roberts, I believe is his name.
That's it. Bill Roberts.
He's from Euthanasia.
Yes, which I support.
Yeah, but he's been there for a hot second, so it's not like he's going to have a chance to implement a scheme or make any changes. So they're running the same shit they've been running. We're super thin on our defense right now. Hector's out this week, so Morgan will be playing left back this week. It's going to be great.
Hector's out. Gaston Saro is traded.
Right.
Jonathan Mensah, even though he subbed in, is still kind of ouchy. He's still coming back.
Keita is doubtful.
Booba is questionable.
What's Williams at
Josh
this point?
is questionable.
Because he was out last week.
If not doubtful.
Yeah.
So we might be seeing a left back known as, let me just go to AGS Attack, and, yeah.
Well, here's the real question, though. I mean, Connor Maloney is still technically on the roster. The most favored amongst all the internet Crew fans.
I'm Connor Maloney. You put me in the game, I'm going to steal everyone's lucky charms.
he's got to play. I mean, you can't start Pedro at.
I quote Greg Berhalter and Caleb Porter. No, he doesn't. He does not have to play.
Yeah. So it's. I don't know. It's not going to be a pretty game, I think.
Right in Penn, it's Alex and Jonathan in the center, and then fuck me if I know on the left wing.
Yeah, we might wind up with Booba as the outside back.
If Booba's healthy, I think. If Booba or Josh are healthy,
I don't
those
know
are
how.
the two.
I mean, he got taken down pretty decently too.
Yeah,
like that game was rough on our depth, and we didn't have a lot to start with. So
Keita's questionable and hasn't participated in full training.
What element of his body was injured? Do you know?
Wasn't it
his
knee?
Butt? It was not his butt. Okay.
I don't actually know the answer to that.
I could have sworn it was his butt, though. So
it could be.
We're gonna get one of our correspondents out to training this week, Drabson. God damn it! Why isn't ACES Radio Media certified, or whatever they call it?
Because we don't even know what it's called. If only one of us were unemployed and thus available to go to training every goddamn day.
You have time to go to Obeds. Fuck that.
The players can barely make it to Obeds. All right.
And they get paid.
Anything else on your thoughts, Drabs?
Nope, that's it.
Brent Miller, your thoughts on the game?
Cincinnati's they're so bad. Like, even with the season that we've had, as bad as we've been, like, there's no reason that this should be a close game.
Are they they're not losing games by huge margins, are they? Or are they? I don't fucking know.
Oh, are you?
I was looking at the.
You
form
mean
guide.
losing 9-1 and
2
8-1, and 7-2?
You mean on Saturday, June 29th, when they lost 7-1 away to Minnesota?
Exactly.
So their last 3 games they lost 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, and then 4-1 to DC United.
Yeah, 3 of those 4 were at home.
Yeah. But then they also beat Bridgeview and beat Houston prior to that. And then there was, Minnesota taking them out behind the ice fishing shed. And
if I remember correctly,
Montreal
also beat them real bad.
Was that the 5? They lost to NYCFC 5-2. But, I mean...
Maybe I was thinking of NYC.
5-1 to Orlando. But more recently, they're losing by smaller margins and occasionally winning. So,
again, they've played 3 of the last 4 games at home, and home team FC is strong in MLS, unless your name is Cincinnati
or Columbus
or the Crew. Shrek, your thoughts on the match, my friend?
So the only time I've ever watched Cincinnati was in Charleston, and God, that's probably the worst professional team I've ever seen in my life. So while I hear what all of you are saying,
you watched Columbus in the past 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even so, and that's saying a lot.
Okay.
So while I hear most people kind of describing them as a god-horrid team, well, if it's that team, yes, we should be putting 3, 4, 5, 6 against them. But I don't think it'll come down to form. I don't think it'll come down to what they're bringing into this game. I think both teams have had a horrid season where if they hadn't, they could have looked at it as hey, yeah, it's another game, another 3 points, but a lot of pride and a lot of their season rests on potentially a couple of games. They're bringing, what did we hear, 900 fans?
900 plus.
900 plus. So, they're going to have a vocal support behind them. They're going to win the stands, no question.
Oh, yeah. Fucking for sure.
Right. So, I think it'll be a cagey game. I think it'll come down to us nicking it.
Cagey?
I mean, probably Morgan definitely won't like to hear it, but it'll be a typical derby game. It doesn't matter. Form doesn't matter. Who's fit doesn't matter. Who's scoring doesn't matter. It's going to be scrappy. There'll probably be 1 or 2 hard tackles in the first 10-ish minutes. So, yeah.
All right. Shrek said it's going to be cagey, and I'm not from England, so I don't know what that means. Let's go around the table. And here's a little switch up for Rivalry Week, bros and hoes, and brothers from different mothers, and mapaches, and amigos de Guillermo. Shrek, while we were listening to the weather report, turned his prediction into me.
Right. He's taking the place of John Zidar, who has fucked off and left the podcast in the middle of the broadcast.
So I says to myself, that seems like a good idea. So I gave my prediction to Shrek. He gave his to me. Brent gave his to Drabs, and Drabs gave his to Brent. So we're going to go around and tell each other's predictions and read whatever we wrote on these things. And whatever we wrote counts for us. It will just be someone else reading them because Shrek doesn't know how ACES Radio works.
Wait, no. So Brent's prediction counts for me?
No, it counts for... Brent's counts for Brent.
Okay.
Yours counts for yours. You're just reading his.
All right, good.
And Drabs, we're going to start with you.
Because I got the bullshittiest prediction in the history of bullshitty predictions.
Here.
This piece of paper that Brent Miller handed to me, he took his bucket off, looked me in the eye, and said, this shit is going to happen.
Okay, here we go.
Columbus Crew, 5 goals. Fussy, 1 goal.
That's right. That sounds good to me. I like that.
5-1. Hashtag Cincinnati. CINNCANATY.
That sounds like how I've always seen it spelled.
5-1.
All right. So saith Brent.
Yep, sticking with a prediction that I'm not super confident about, but it worked out last time.
Oh, I'd be so happy if that were real life. Brent, Drab's predictions, go ahead.
All right. Darby said Crew 2, FCC 1, hashtag hell is real, fuss is fake, hashtag scribble, hashtag rough lads can eat nads.
Oh, that's very good. Shrek, you're reading mine.
Yes. Morgan's prediction is Crew 3, First Boys 1, hashtag little hot Shrek baby, baby hot dick.
Wait, how many babies were in there? Read that one again. I want to hear that one again. Do it again. Read the hashtag
I wrote this
again.
before I knew we were switching, so it's so perfect.
Read it again, Shrek.
Conception
Read
of
it again. Read it again. Read it again. Read it again.
It's hashtag Little Hot Shrek Baby, Baby Hot Dig Baby. and if you read it really fast, and I'm not going to do that, but it's going to be Baby Dig Hot Baby.
Oh, that's definitely going in the 4 minutes next week. Isn't that Chili's new commercial? Isn't that their new logo? I want my baby penis, baby penis.
And I can say for sure, like I've never used baby outside of actually calling babies out. So,
hey, baby, suck my ass. Is that what you're talking about? Calling babies out?
Yeah, who calls babies out? You're like, what's up, baby?
Yo, I seen that painting you made, baby.
I will beat your bitch ass, baby.
There's another hashtag.
Oh, here we go.
Darby, villain of the Me Too movement.
That is hashtag Darby, villain of the hashtag Me Too movement.
Oh yeah,
You can't put a hashtag inside a hashtag. That's not how hashtags
Yet I do.
work.
That's what it says. TOO.
It starts a new hashtag.
Yeah, that's right. No, it does not.
It does.
Not if you spell out hashtag, which I always do and I always will. Yeah, Drabs, villain of the hashtag Me Too movement. I look forward to that username next week.
Is that the horse version?
Tune in to find out. We have to close this shit show out, lads.
Wait, you didn't read Shrek's.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's because it doesn't matter. Okay, Shrek says
Matters to John.
Crew 2, and then those like 3 of those B's that are S's. So lads 1. Shrek says 2-1 crew. Hashtag hell is real, and then there's a period after a hashtag. Because as you know, you always do that.
It's important to be grammatically correct with your hashtag.
I can't help that.
Yeah.
Somebody from grammar school has written a hashtag. Welcome to ACES Radio. Drabs, any volunteer opportunities this week for us?
Yes, Morgan, you can volunteer to lick my butt.
Ooh, and I always will. Brent, what's GCG Bag got going on this weekend?
Pretty sure there's a tailgate going on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But there's no water
During
guns
segment
or-
1 on the man-ball portion, the host of ACES Radio forgot to read a tweet from Yvonne Seagal that was supposed to be read on the show.
Okay, because that's how
That's not how any of this works.
Oh,
you're doing this thing.
Supposed to be read.
You're doing this
So
thing.
I'll go ahead and read it, Morgan.
tweeted at us.
I'd like to go ahead and give Bam22542 a lady
nobody wants to
ovary,
read that.
which is
We can
stronger
edit this
than a
out.
man ball for his San Jose
In
score
3,
prediction,
2,
finally earning
1.
the guest point.
Oh, no, he got cut off. And all Lord Guillermo's people said...
Never man balls.
Always use periods after hashtags.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed just watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.